Okay, Flowers of Evil, episode 3. Jesus Christ, where do I begin with this episode? This episode was just one what the fuck after another. It okay, so basically starts off, Kasuga is sort of like really upset with the sort. He really about taking Sakai's gym stuff. So he says he tries to basically get rid of it. He says, "I'm going to take this." He's trying to get rid of it, and he's carrying it around with him. He's running. Basically, he gets up, leaves the house early to go to school. And there's basically like a 2-minute sequence after that, after he leaves the house, of just him running through the town to school. Literally running. And like every person he sees, he's like scared and he's running and stuff. So he's really quite paranoid and sort of like beating himself up over this. He's running through the city, avoiding people. And then he gets to school and he sees Nakamura. And she says, have you written the essay yet? And at the end of last episode, she told him to write an essay on his feelings. She says, have you written the essay yet? She says, of course you have. And then she comes up to him and whispers in his ear and says, come to the library again after school. So basically after that, he's in school and just not really a lot happens. And then, this is probably the weirdest part of the whole episode. He goes to the library, and he pretty much gets an absolute bollocking from Nakamura. She's like, "Oh, you're weird. You do this, you do that. Oh, you must be a pervert or something." And then he says, "Right, I'm going to get rid of this gym clothes right now." And he runs off to take them to. He says he's going to take them to the incinerator. So he runs off to the incinerator. But just as he's running away, Nakamura grabs him, throws him to the floor, and then just starts ripping his clothes off, like stripping him pretty much naked. And it's just like, what the fuck is she doing? And she grabs the gym clothes and puts the gym clothes on him. And then basically she's like, how do you feel now? And he doesn't really say anything. He's probably like, what the fuck's going on? And she says, you've got to spend every day after school with me. And he does this for like a week. And people are starting, and he just goes around with it. And then at the end of the episode, there's this other girl called Mayu, or some shit, who suddenly says that she can't. They're in the homeroom, and this girl Mayu just suddenly comes out with, "Oh, my lunch money's missing." And obviously they thought, "Oh, the thief strikes again," pretty much. And one of Kasuga's friends whispers to Kasuga, "Oh, it might have been Nakamura." And one of the girls hears this and goes, "What did you say? You think it was Nakamura?" And then everyone starts thinking, well, actually, she might have done it. Everyone's like, "Oh, she might have done it. She looks like the sort of person to do that." And then Nakamura walks in at that point, and she gets accused of taking the lunch money by, I don't know, I think it was Sakai. It might have been someone else. And then Kasuga gets up and goes, "Oh yes, well, Nakamura might be a little bit weird, but it doesn't mean that she took the money." And then everyone's like, and then this girl, possibly Sakai, like I said, like I think it was Sakai, was like, "Oh, why are you defending Nakamura? Have you got a crush on her or something?" And then no one really says anything. And then Mayu and I think Sakai walk out to go and tell the teacher about the lunch money's missing. And that's pretty much where the episode ends. I'll give this one probably about, I don't know, 7 out of 10. It was okay. It was pretty good. Nothing amazing. It was just expanding. This episode was expanding more on Nakamura's character and why she's so sort of the way she is. I mean, during the part when they're in the library, she says to Kasuga, she says, you know, I have this feeling, and I wish that everyone in the world would just turn into shit-eating maggots. So basically, she doesn't like a lot of people. She's a very sort of like she seems like a very pent-up, aggressive person. And she says that she wants everyone to turn into shit-eating maggots. And like I said, 7 out of 10, good episode. Lots of good expanding on the character, you know, character development for Nakamura. Next week, shit is going to go down in this episode. I mean, this series in episode 4. Guarantee. Because not only Sakai's gym stuff is missing, and now this Mayu girl's lunch money is missing. So 2 things have been stolen from 2 different people so far in the series. And, you know, Nakamura apparently has got the blame for the lunch money going missing. So I'll be very interested to see what she does and what the resolution of this is in episode 4. So yeah, 7 out of 10, good episode. Next week's going to be beast.